round of the chess Olympiad. Nepal are playing against Guatemala today. I have played a player from Guatemala before. Let me send him a message on Facebook. It's Nepal versus Guatemala in the Olympiad right now. So I have sent this message to him already. Okay, so what else can I do here? I don't know exactly what I can do. Let's have a look at what's happening in this game. Versus his opponent Reyes Nazero Carlos A from Guatemala, 2149 rated. D4 is how the Guatemalans started. Madan Krishna played knight f6, knight f3, e6. C4 was played. He played b6. Which database am I looking at? This is the master's database, alright. Bishop b7, knight to c3. And then d5 was played by black there. After which white played c takes d5. b takes d5 was played. It is the less popular move played by Madan Krishna. Then after this move, bishop e7, e3. Black hustled, white played rook to c1, black played knight e4 here. So this reaches a novelty. This is a novelty. I mean, it has never been played before. He took on e7, took with the queen. Queen went to b3. Then rook d8 was played. Bishop e2, c5. So a pawn break, I can say. D takes c5, b takes c5. Castles, knight over to e6 here. So there is no square for the knight, but still can't be taken either. Rook fd1 was then played, and then c4 attacking the queen, who returned to c2 here. And then a knight went to c5 now. So this was vacated by the pawn push. Now the knight was able to come here. He brought his knight to b5. White played queen to f6 there. Black played queen to f6. White played bishop to f1 for some reason. a6 was then played. The knight returned to d5. B came to d4. Then after the move g5 by black, knight went to e1. g4 was the next move. f3. D takes on f3, G takes on f3, knight returns to d6 there, b4, knight to e6 here, knight takes e6, f takes e6, so opening files and trying to attack perhaps. The king looks a little weak here, but I think black's pieces are coming into the game much quicker. Here, even though white brought his rook to d4 immediately. King h8, rook f4, rook g8 check first, bishop to g2, queen to e5 here. Trying to take here, after which queen c3 was played, pinning the queen. And queen takes on c3, rook takes on c3, knight went to b5. After that, rook returned to c1, knight took on a3, so winning a pawn here. King to f2, rook on g comes to f8. Now he's trying to exchange the rook too, but white wants to keep the rook on the board. Black played e5 here, rook h5, rook a to e8, bishop to h3, and then d4 was played. So that is the current position. The black is probably better here, I hope. White's idea maybe this, but it can be defend it pretty easily. So that is the position in this game. 30 minutes on the clock for the Guatemalan. Mother Krishna has 20 minutes on the clock. I don't want to turn on the engine and see what the engine has to say about this position, but I can make some moves if I want to. Alright, let me say that I'm streaming as well. There we go. Now let's look at the big things game against Kuhor Winston Darwin. It started with e4 for Bibek there. e4 c5, knight f3 d6, check. He interposes, takes on d7, queen takes d7, white castles, black plays knight c6. Queen e2 is not too popular here, but it has been played many times. Rook d1 has also been played 80 times. D4 wasn't played. Now this is a not so common position, but still white has done well in this position in the past. C takes d4, knight takes d4, and after knight takes d4, however, this position has never been won by white before. Knight takes on d4, bishop takes on d4, queen. This position has been drawn both times. f3 was played, but Bibek didn't play f3. Instead, he played the knight b to d2. And in this b5, rook a to c1, queen to b7, c4, a6, f4, b takes c4, bishop takes f6, bishop takes f6, knight takes c4, d5, e takes d5, e takes d5, and knight e3, rook f to e8, queen to f2, rook a to d8, knight over to g4, bishop back to e7, king to h1. He was threatening, what was it threatening? I don't know, maybe this and this and this to put this on. Bishop e3 was played there. Rook went over to c2, d4 was played, h3, and then rook to e4, rook to c4, queen d5, knight went to e5, f6, knight c6, queen h5 was then played, and queen f3 was white's next move, and black replied with this move. So we have the same number of pawns. This is a passed pawn, and black has a bishop against white's knight, but the major pieces are all still on the board. And what is this here? Found to compete. I have a message here. So here we go then. I should say thank you to him. I hope I can make the Olympiad team in a few years time, maybe 2, 4, 6 or 8 years. I don't know if that's ever gonna happen, but I should work towards it whenever I have time. Here we go then. In this position, what happened is, what does white do here? This bishop is defending the square. This queen, we can actually take it, and after he takes, even take this, right? Isn't this working? I think this is a good enough move. So we can just make the move here, takes, and actually take this. So we are in a position where we check, so we just go here, and we have an extra pawn and probably are in a winning position, but you can probably try this as well here now and try to take this pawn as well. Then maybe we can just, I don't know what to do, try to cover this square somehow from somewhere, which doesn't look that likely. Here in this check, and here as well is a possibility. check goes here, and then there is a possibility, right? And after that he can go here, can go there, but we will be taking that. Maybe I don't know exactly what to do. So I think white is doing pretty well here. He is thinking 27 minutes on 13 minutes on the clock against 27, and then after some time there will be a time control. He is probably trying to think whether or not this is winning out right on. After this he's gonna take here, and I think we can just take this and enjoy the rest of the game. Starting this pawn perhaps. That's the way to go here. After this check is gonna come here. Can't go there, but perhaps this is a possible move, and take this if possible. This is defended, this isn't defended. He can probably take this. We can even try this move, maybe, I don't know. But he has this check and some other things. So this is not all that easy, but wait a second. Queen takes e4 has been played already in this position. Queen h5 has been played. Queen takes e4 was played instead. So let's delete this line which wasn't played. So in the game after rook d5, queen takes e4 was played, and he took there and he took here. I was just calculating that. Queen takes e4, queen d1 check, king h2, and queen back to h5 here. And that is what was played in the game. We can try this check as well here, and after, let's say, this move, we can take here too. Or for that matter, after this check, if he goes in there, we can also try this check first. I don't know if it's right or wrong though, but if he defends it this way, then we won't be in time for many things here. So I don't know what to do here. This would probably be a way to play here, and I think this pawn is still going forward in that case. You can also probably try to take this pawn here, or he can try this move as well, trying to go somewhere in some lines. I think white should be much better here in this position, and Big Thing will probably win. But Rajendra Rajbandari isn't Rupesh Jaiswal's miss today might prove out to be a little too costly for Nepal. Look, he played so well with the black pieces today. d4 knight f6, g3 g6, bishop g2 bishop g7, e4 d6, knight to e2 castles, e5, knight bc3, and after all of these moves, this is where Rupesh just won the game, because white didn't see the threat of f5 and wins. Maybe he got a little too carried away and thought he was going to win easily. And in this position he did well to first promote to a knight with check, but then he forgot about the mate that is coming up. There were so many ways to win in this position. I think the simplest would have been this move. He definitely can't try this because of this, perhaps this check will probably result in a loss, but maybe it is survivable. I don't know. Can he survive this? I don't think so. We will be forced to do here and then here. Maybe he can even survive this here, right? This looks decent as well, but maybe better even would have been this move. But sadly, Rupesh, don't know what he went for. He just missed a mate in 1. He's playing for us in the Olympiad. I hope if he wants to make a move like that, I hope he makes it in a game against me someday. But it's okay. It's pretty sad. I hope he's going to deal with it properly. Hope he doesn't ruin what the rest of his career. Maybe it makes him better in the future. After this loss, maybe it will make him stronger in the future. I just hope this loss will make Rupesh stronger in the future. Who is this guy who sent me a friend request on Facebook right now? Whoever he is, let's accept this. So here we go. Now let's go to Rajendra Bhandara's game. He was in time trouble, but he has made the time control. His opponent is playing very fast. Rajendra started with d4, then f6, c4, d6, g3, bishop d7, bishop d2, black castles, white plays knight c3, d6. So this is like the King's Indian, but with a fianchetto variation played by white. Knight f3, knight b d7, white castles, e5, e4, c6, h3, he takes on d4, knight takes on d4, rook to e8 followed by bishop e3. After knight c5, queen to c2, a5 was played by black, rook e to d1, knight f d7, rook f to e1, a4, f4, queen over to a5, king to h2, knight to b6, knight back to b1, bishop to d7, knight to d2, rook a to d8, bishop f2, bishop to c8, knight on 2 to f3, knight on b to d7, rook to e2, knight back to b8, g4, knight on b to a6, bishop h4. Lots of maneuvering going down for both sides there. Rook d7, f5, queen back to b6, f6, bishop to f8, bishop to g3, knight to b4, queen back to b1, rook on d goes to d8 there, bishop to f4, knight to d7, g5, knight to e5, b3, queen back to a6, bishop back to e3, queen back to c7, queen to c2, knight over to c5, b4, knight takes f3 is a check, knight takes on f3, knight takes e4 here, bishop to f4, bishop to f5, queen to b2, queen back to c8, knight to over to d4. He has sacrificed a pawn, or has it blundered it? I don't know. Then after d5, c takes d5, rook takes on d5, the d rook shifts over to e1, a3, queen a1, bishop then takes on b4, knight takes f5 here, g takes f5, so he has not taken the exchange here because of this check that has been taken. Rook goes to f1, so we have a queen couple of rooks, bishop pair, queen couple of rooks, and a couple of pieces, 6 pawns to 4, so 2 pawns down, but he may have compensation. It's not a really overwhelming attack, so Rajendra Bhandara is definitely in, maybe not exactly in trouble, but he has every chance of coming back into the game. But black must be better in this position if, as far as what I think is concerned. Black's king may be in a little bit of danger, but white's own pawns are hindering the path, and the queen is a little far away for now. So he has, however, brought the king only to this side, attacking maybe here. Maybe also attacking this one more time. Attacked. This is attacked once, this is attacked thrice, defended only once. So let's hope for a miracle here. But the knight is well defended by the pawn already, so this is just going to win a pawn, and this bishop can just go here and maybe try to exchange pieces because he is leading in material. So this is the game that will be difficult to win, but if I can draw this and win 2 other games, we can still win the game, still win the match. And let's see what happens in these games. So here we go. Maybe I should give people the link to my study, link to my video perhaps. Am I live? Let me quickly do that on my channel. Here we go. If you want to watch this with me, so let's have a look at what's happening in Madan Krishna's game. So he has no. I don't know. You find it yourself, don't. So what happened here? What happened here? Where was I last time? I remember seeing this move and then this exchange, and the knight b5 was played, rook went back, knight took on a3, king came to f2, rook on g came to f8, the rook went to h1, e5 was played, rook went to h5, the rook a to e8, bishop went to h3, d4, then that bishop came out, rook to e7 was played, e4 was played, rook over to d8, rook over to a1, knight to b5, knight over to g2, rook to d6, knight to h4, king went to g8 for some reason, rook g1 check, king went to f8, and bishop took on h7. So he has given back the pawn, has he? Or what else is there? This is the fork that the knight is attempting. And for some reason this pawn is the one that I should also be a little afraid of, and this bishop, it has no way to come back and help with the defense. However, there is a threat of not exactly mate here. We'll see what happens. White is thinking, he has 37 minutes on the clock, black I mean. So hope, fingers crossed for Nepal. Hopefully they can win this one. So here we go. Let's watch together. Right. But this is not being seen there. So here I go. So this is Madan Krishna's game. He is thinking. Let's go to Bibek's game now. So where was I? Bibek has already won actually. So that's good to see. Let's have a recap at the whole game now. Bibek playing with the white pieces. Quickly won there. Actually, when I last watched this game, the position was somewhat like this. yeah. He was quite close to victory already at that point. And in this position, give that check. The queen went out there and then threatened to mate from here. This is already winning, and at this point Black already resigned. So we have 1-1. This was the disastrous game that we were unable to win. And now we have queen. Now we have to look at this game between Regina Radvandari and Lorenzana Wilson Estuardo. Rook d4 was played and then the queen went here. This pawn will be pinned now, but let's see what happens. This is still a tricky game, but Regina might need a draw at least. If Madan can win his game, that is. Let's go and see what Madan is doing at the moment. So knight f5 has been seen. King went away. He brought us forking these two now. Has this game turned on its head now? I don't know. I'm not too sure, but it looks like white might have turned the game on its head here. Looks like white might have turned the game on its head here, okay? Okay, let's have a look at the games in the women's section now, in the women's Olympiad. So we'll start with Cinderella Josie, who is still playing against Jambo Linda Jambo. Okay, so here we go, e4, e5. The Petrov, as always, by Cinderella. And we already reached a position that has never been played in Masters Chess, according to the lichess database, that is. She is not afraid to open the F file. And in this game the rook just moved twice and tried something, but in the end, after exchanging queens, the game kept on going. Cinderella quickly increased her advantage and should be winning this game, I think, Cinderella Josie for Nepal. Sujana already won with another beautiful showing by Nepal's best female player for the last two Olympiads. Winning the exchange here and then trying to simplify things in a nice way. Should have taken two pieces for the rook there, maybe. I don't know if that's the best way to deal with the situation. Would have also gotten this, and maybe this was also forced, after which this was going to go as well. Two exchanges up, this would have been disastrous, but it's already lost anyway. King h7 was played, this was taken anyway. Bishop went there, but this free piece was grabbed. After that was taken, the other rook came out rather than taking this. He went that way, and then it was soon a lost game. So an easy win there. Mona Lisa Kambu, against who is playing with the black pieces, has this pawn in an opposite color bishop ending. White is playing for two results. Can white hold on to a draw here? Maybe not, because while this pawn is defended, white may be able to do something with these three pawns. Let's see how the game reached this stage. Sicilian defense by Mona Lisa. And then this is what happened in this game. He is exchanging the rooks here, and he can also exchange let's see what he is doing here. And Gives away this pawn though quite cheaply. And here we go. So here we go. Hopefully Mona Lisa can win this. In this game, what's happening? d4 d5, bishop f4. White played by Batumi, who is playing her first Olympiad. Maybe she can do a Sujin alone in her next Olympiad. So that was a good, beautiful move by Batumi here, and makes the time control as well with 42 seconds on her clock. And Ngugama Margaret has a lot of time on her clock as well. So we'll quickly have a look and see if anything has happened in Sindira's game. Looks like we've had a few moves since Black hopefully will win this with these extra pawns. So we already won Mona Lisa against this girl. Perhaps is one where this might not be good enough for a win for Black. And in this game we already saw this beautiful move by White. So let's look at the open section again. Madan Krishnakaya lost a decent position here. He had a somewhat winning position as claimed by Sushil Chaudhary, but looks like his assessment was not that accurate. This is how the game had gone. Black was doing fantastic there for some time, but somehow White this was the vital mistake, perhaps. e5, I don't know, because after that we went to h5, and here kept on pushing, especially after this e4 move. d3 threatening this would have been a beautiful move, but instead he went rook d8 to prepare that move. The rook just went away from there. Knight went to b5, even though d3 was already still the move to play. And after missing d3, the knight moved, the rook went up, the knight tried to come back with an attack here, and when the king moved, that was game over because the rook came into the game with tempo. Yeah, exactly. I did feel that this move was not very good, because it allows this move, the rook coming here, and then there is almost no hope. King back to h8 might have been better, because after that he first takes this pawn. Could be taken with the bishop, or I don't know, and then slowly this move is played and exchange up. It was just mate. So two of our players missed mates today, and we cannot win this match anymore. So a gold medal is out of reach for Nepal now. Gold medal is out of reach for Nepal now. So the big thing, can he win? Yes, he can. Oh, he's already won actually. Can Rajendra Rajbandari do anything in his game? He was probably worse according to my view. I think I lost the of queen b3, knight went to c5, and I went to this side with the queen. Just a check. And pinning this piece. It's Rajendra Rajbandari's turn. Perhaps this move is playable. Checking this one more time. Don't know exactly what move to make. But black definitely is better here, so Nepal will lose to Guatemala, I think. I don't see if white can win this game at all. If I turn on the engine, I'm going to see that black is much better here. But this is the kind of advantage which Madan Krishna failed to convert in his game. Maybe it was also the time on the clock. So at least the ladies will win today. USA versus China is 1-all. Russia leading 2-1 against France. India, Poland 1-all. Germany, Armenia 1-all. Ukraine off. So let's go back and see what happens in the women's section. Has Sindhira Joshi made progress in her games? Oh, there's a lot of noise here at my home. But I think Sindhira should easily win it. She is trying to exchange the last piece and convert the game into a win. But she could have also easily just brought it back like this. This is probably their attempt here. Let's see what's happening here. Alright. I think there's still lots of noise coming here. Let's see what happens next. Alright. No, Susan already won. We already saw a while ago. Mona Lisa. Can she do anything in this game? I highly doubt. This should probably peter out to a draw because the king only can get to these pawns. And from here to here is difficult to come because the king will come here first. But I think Mona can somehow survive in this game. But it's very difficult to see her surviving this game. This should be a draw. This opposite color bishop ending should be a draw, I think. This should be a draw. Let's see what Khushbu Thapa has done. The c4 move is where I last saw this game. Queen went to d8 and then queen takes d5 was the check. Queen takes d5 and c takes d5. But this can be taken easily, so what has she achieved here? She can now pin this and perhaps go there. And this pawn can just move forward. Yeah, white should be winning this kind of easily. Okay. So what's gonna happen here? She is just gonna go forward. This is probably gonna come. And then if we go further forward, and for that matter, this bishop is protecting the square though. But we can actually move from here to here as well, pushing to push this pawn. This rook is probably offside, might have to come out into the game from this side as well. Let's see what happens here in this game. Alright, Mona Lisa will probably be drawn here. Sandita will probably win today. Her last game of chess maybe, because she is retiring soon. She's into business now. What to do now? Go here and then here. This is also in trouble, but so what to do? Maybe this move would be nice here. Whenever this is taken, this can be taken too. But should probably reply with this. I don't know, this may not be the best move here. Okay, whatever. This is pretty simple, and all the best to Kushbatapa. Let's look at the open section. Mating threat against Rajendra Rajbandari, who is in trouble here. Nepal is going to lose 3-1 today. Be big thing, the only one winning. Madan Krishna Kayastha and Rupesh Jaiswal both lost winning positions. So that's how chess is. It's very difficult. At least they are the best players in the country, and this was Nepal's best showing in the Olympiad for years. The results are coming out slowly. Nepal's hopes for a medal have almost been dashed. Maybe even a draw here might be enough, but I don't think that is possible unless Rajendra Rajbandari has already resigned, so Nepal have lost the match 3-1. For major reasons to Nepal, who have lost 3-1. So that's all about Nepal at the Chess Olympiad round 11. And let's see if the women can do something here today. Alright, what are the women gonna do now? D6 was played by Kushbu here. She needs to probably bring her rook back and to the square maybe. It's not that easy. Go here, bring the rook to this square, and then somehow, I don't know what she can do. Maybe 2 rooks there, and then still try to take this pawn, maybe perhaps. There are many options here everywhere. What should be better here, I think. Mona Lisa probably can't do more than draw here. She has brought her king to this side though. Looks a little interesting, but I don't think there's anything she can do. Wait. This bishop can just keep moving back and forth, and white has no choice. Give it up. Nothing's gonna work here, Mona Lisa. At least we'll get a draw though against a lower rated opponent. But Sindhira should win today, and Nepal should win this match rather easily. Nepal should win rather easily because Sindhira is going to win. This is already defended. This try we can easily do something about it. Okay. Even if all these games are drawn, Nepal will still win this game, but is Khushbu in danger of losing this? She just has to hold the draw here. No need to try too hard for a win, because Susan has already got done the job. Maybe this is a nice move that threatens these things, among others. Okay. Even this move, after this we can just stick with this. Lots of ideas here. So that's it. In the open section, let's have a look at the broadcast on lichess and see the top boards, okay? Batumi Olympiad boards 1 to 128. So we have Fabiano Caruana versus Ding Liren was already drawn. A long time ago it was. Ding Liren was happy with the draw with the black pieces in the game. And Caruana had no option. Ding's draw. Yi Yang Yi against Wesley So is still ongoing. So who is playing what here? It's White's turn. Yi Yang Yi is trying to win this, is he? In the opposite colored bishops, maybe not possible to win, because black can just put his bishop here and there is no way on earth that white can stop it. Is black trying to win it? I don't think so. White can also put his bishop somewhere and along this diagonal, and it's an easy draw. Both sides can draw this game rather easily. I don't think you need to be Magnus Carlsen to see that. Hikaru Nakamura versus Bu Xiangzhi. Nakamura with the white pieces. 2 pieces for both sides. Equal number of pawns. Quite symmetrical. Not very easy to force a win here. Both players are on 4 minutes something, so and Li Chao Shankland is already a draw here, as Li Chao with the white pieces was able to hold off Shankland. I mean, Shankland was able to hold a draw against Li Chao there. This is a drawn position, definitely. So Hikaru Nakamura against Bu Xiangzhi is the only thing. Yi Yang Yi against Wesley, so I don't think anyone has a chance in this particular game. So China probably will not be able to win the open section because it's difficult to see them coming back on the tie break. This one, I don't see how either side can hope to win this. It's drawn, clearly drawn. There are 2 losing moves for white here. There are bishop e2 check and bishop e4 check. Only 2 losing moves, which is rather easy to see. Otherwise, anything white plays is drawn in this game. So Yi Yang Yi, 3 draws already. In this game, however, we haven't reached the table base yet, and we haven't reached the time control yet. They need to play 4 more moves here. And after this move, what can Hikaru Nakamura do? Can Hikaru Nakamura wave the US flag here? This check is a possibility, but probably not. This check. If he had played this check, then this was not probably playable, because it can be playable because of this. That is a stupid idea. Knight d6 check doesn't work. Delete this here. Bishop d1 has already been played, and he is defending this, which is necessary in this position. King coming here is not really working. This is probably another draw. Can black just win this and win the game? I don't know. This looks like a dead draw here. So you can see rook a1, bishop e2, rook a5, and so on. Just not allowing him to come out. So here we haven't had any move. Here in this game, Kushpathapa's game, d6 was followed by bishop a4, because he doesn't want to allow that move. Perhaps the rook should come back, I think, because there's nothing the rook can do from here. Even though it's a slow process, the rook coming to this square and then trying to push this would be a nice idea. Or instead of that, we can also try to make one of these pawns move forward. Both of them are defended by a piece, so that could be the idea for black here. Mona Lisa versus this game should be a draw, but they are still playing. Mona Lisa wants to play a few more moves and see if her opponent misses something, but it's very difficult for that to happen here. Sujina won an hour, 2 hours ago maybe. She won very quickly today. And now Sindhira Joshi, what is she doing here? I remember seeing her make those moves. So I can just go here and relax for a few seconds. Go here and relax, I think. But white doesn't need to resign immediately. This is also a possibility, but it follows this one. Okay, here we go then. And then let's have a look at Khushbu. Let's play this rook back. Alright, very good. Trying to go here perhaps now. This game is definitely a draw. And in this game, even if all 3 games are drawn, it's okay for Nepal, alright? Neutral be some. Now let's look at France against Russia. This game was drawn pretty quickly. In the Roy Lopez Open variation, Berlin, in the Berlin Wall. Berlin endgame. Berlin Wall here. And they drew in this position. So France just gave up the white game here. Nepomniachtchi won for Russia in this game against Etienne Bacrol. check, he comes right back. So eliminating the defender and then attacking this. Etienne Bacrol looks like he has done something good, but it is a blunder because after this check captures something, but he probably misses that. After this, do you know what white does? What does he do after this move? Comes here maybe, or does he just go there? Maybe just this move, I don't know. Whoever that is has sent me a friend request just now. Can't see it though. Not so nice pictures here, so what to do now? Queen, rook and piece. Rook and a piece. This is not exactly what happened in the game though. The game was resigned at this position, right? After rook e8 and queen h1. Maybe this is not exactly what happened. This is a position where, not even this. This is the position where the draw was. I mean the resignation came. Resignation arrived here in this position. What to do now? Look at the other game. Laurent Fresnay against Vladimir Kramnik. So Kramnik also played the Berlin defense. Alright. Exchange up is Kramnik, and he has to play this move because otherwise if he takes this, for example, this is also defended. Probably doing well, Kramnik in this game. Might want to try this perhaps, I don't know exactly. This move has been played, this wasn't played. Knight to c5 was played. Black has to take it probably with the pawn. Probably with the bishop, not the pawn. What calls this a pawn? This will also be under attack. So Kramnik doesn't have everything all his way here. This can be played though. Exactly as I said. Maybe this is also a necessary move for Kramnik. Right? So what to do? H takes g3, rook takes g3. And then Nitti go against Christian Boyer. It's a draw as well. Nikita Vityagov. Is going to be held to a draw by Christian Boyer of France. So that does it. Looks like Russia is gonna win. Vishwanathan Anand against Duda was a draw. e4, e5. Duda's Petrov defense. Was played. Hazır? Yapasın. Let me say goodbye to my guests and come back. So what to do here, I don't know. So is the USA versus China over already? So that's what's going to happen. So which game is it? Duda against Vishwanathan already draw. And then what next? Vajratsek Hare Krishna also a draw. Vidit Santos Gujarati is still playing with the white pieces against Puran Kasper. Vidit Gujarati, opposite colored bishops, 3 pawns, extra pawn. And Adiban is playing with the black pieces against Tomaszak Jacek. Rook and knight, bishop, 3, 4 pawns. Adiban, that's definitely not worse here. Maybe better, but not too sure if there's anything decisive yet. So this is all about this game. Now Iranian is already drawn against Nisipenu after rook h1. Then we had Jörg Meyer already drew against his opponent, and his board 3 is still going on in this match between Armenia and Germany, and in board 4 its play is still going on as well. Vasily Ivanchuk drew David Navarro. Pavel Ilyanov is still playing. This match is still going on. Let's go back to the game between Hikaru Nakamura and Bu Shangzhe. It also ends in a draw, which means that USA and China are finished the Olympiad. Let's go to the women's section and see what's happening there. In Nepal's game, Sindhira Joshi's extra pawn will probably be enough to win now. After this, this pawn is outside the square of both the pawns, this king. So if you take this, it's not going to happen. This is going to be a win for Sindhira easily. Mona Lisa is still playing. This is probably too difficult to win. It has been like this for a long time. They have just been playing back and forth. She went there, but hasn't stopped trying. And this should be a draw now, because this bishop will stay on this diagonal. The king will just plant itself there, and there is no way to enter. So there should be a draw. Khushbu Thapa, what has she been doing today? Looks like she is... Oh, what is this? What's happening here? Khushbu will also probably win this game. Knows the basics. I think she will do something good here. So since this is not looking like it's going to end anytime, let me go to lichess.org and have a look at the top games in the women's section. Russia versus China. So where is it? Watch broadcasts beta here. And then women's Batumi Olympiad, women's Olympiad completed. Nothing completed in this round. Women's, where's the women's Olympiad? The 1 to 128. Here we go. This is where we want to look at. Top board ended Alexandra Kostinich against Chu Wenchuan. So what's this position? White is Kostinich, who has probably slightly nothing. There's no difference between the two sides. Perhaps black has a little more space, maybe, I don't know. But this is probably going to be a draw. Next game is in the open. This is the women's section. So here is a reply. Shen Yang of China has lost to Alexandra Goryachkina. So looks like China's hopes of winning the Olympiad in both sections have been dashed already by the Russians here. So in this position, it was just a loss for the team from China. Here we go. But however, Huang Qian versus Valentina Gunina was a draw. Let's quickly see the end of this game without thinking too much. This was a draw, and Lei Tingjie against Olga Guria. So China needs something here. They may not get anything there, because Olga Guria has a position where I think only she can be better. Not exactly, but looks like. How can white have any chance in this game? Okay, so I think Russia are going to win this tie. Ukraine against, who is it? Energy USA, isn't it? Looks like Mizichuk won. There, the final position was like this. Mizichuk won. Her sister Mizichuk is still playing against Irina Krush here. But Maria Mizichuk is also looking like she's playing for 2 results. She can no longer lose here. Anna Ushanina is still playing against Tatev. Ushanina has the black pieces and Tatev is trying to put pressure with this pawn, but I don't see if it's going to be good enough. Jennifer Yee. What is she doing here? Rook and 2 pieces, rook and 2 pieces, 5 pawns to 4. So Natalia Zhukova is pressing for a win against Jennifer Yee. Let's see if that's gonna be enough. So we are in this one now, board 9. This is, looks like I don't know which country they are from. Maybe this one is Mongolia, or is it Thailand? I don't know. One of them looks like Vietnam. Black pieces. Again is Vietnam, definitely. Fung, and then Vietnam's opponent could be Iran actually. Mamadov Golnar and Fatila Uriyev. So that's it. Let's have a look at Nepal's women and see what they are doing. Sindhira Joshi has already won. Will definitely win with this queen against. She will probably try to go here. I don't know what's the best here. If white plays there, then this is simply winning the pawn and winning the game. If white tries this, then it's still not so difficult. What about if it goes to the square? Just go here and prevent that. So it has to go there, and then after this move, if he tries to push, we can just go here and finish it off in this manner. So Sindhira should win this easily. Mona Lisa Kambu, I don't think she can do anything here except draw. Because whatever you do, this will be drawn definitely. And then in this game we have Khushbu against her opponent. This should also win this game. And here after this rook is struggling to get out of this position, and somehow maybe the king can go and support this pawn, and then this could push later on as well. So that is a simple plan, but some things are simpler said than done. But I don't think Khushbu should struggle here, but she may not need to do anything, because Nepal will just win this game quite easily apparently. So we will soon know who won the Olympiad. I think Nepal have lost, so they have no chance of winning the medal, but they gave us some good games, and it was especially that match against Italy where we nearly upset the Italians. That stands out from this Olympiad. I didn't follow this Olympiad as closely as I would have liked to, but nevertheless, it's okay. Malawi, Malaysia, Jordan, Wales, Sierra Leone, Palestine, South Sudan win against Thailand. Liechtenstein, Guernsey, Honduras. So many chess players all over the world. Chess will become the world's best sport. So who is this guy? Let me see if I know him. I have a few friends. 20 mutual friends. Looks like a chess player. Let's just confirm this request. Alright, let's close this for now. So here we go then. So this is a tie already. Sam Franklin against Hikaru Nakamura against Pu Xiangzhi. After h5 it was a draw. Alright. What else can we do now? I can close this, can I? Okay, let's wait until Kushba finishes a game. She decided not to wait for anything and decided to push it immediately. I don't know why she wanted to do that. Actually, if this is taken, then we have this check. And after this is the move that wins the game. Maybe that is the reason why she is not afraid to sacrifice this pawn. That is a quick way of winning the game. Very well played by Kushba today. She is going to end the Olympiad with a bang, apparently. She's intent on ending the Olympiad with a bang. Alright then. If you don't take this, then white will take it. So I don't think we have a choice, and after, if you take this, we will just give a check, and after this move, it's a simple move to pin and win. Okay, so a4 is the move. Let's delete from here because it hasn't been played yet. Mona Lisa Kambu here is playing against she's drawn her game because maybe Sindhya has also already won her game. She's still playing after getting the queen. She went to that square and can easily go to this square now, and using the king and the queen, there is no chance for Linda Jumbo. Linda Jumbo has no chance at all. Unless she gets 1, 2, 3, 4 moves in a row. So that should be easily winning. Okay, his opponent is still thinking, but I don't think there's anything she can do. So I want to say that Nepal have won it in the open section, whereas women's section of the chess Olympiad, Russia seem to be on their way to a win against China. There, I think. What about Olga Guriev? Is definitely better. So China will lose. China will not win any of the sections in this Olympiad. Whatever, it has been a time. So that's what I wanted to type on this chat room here. So I have no idea. So let me just stop this and I will follow some commentary. Thank you for watching. I should stop streaming.